we've seen that we can have different types of variables: integer, numeric, string, Boolean, and we sometimes have to cast or convert between one data type and another data type. So I have here an application in which I'm asking the user to enter the age of their dog in years. They would click the submit button, and then here in this dynamic text box I would display the age of the dog in human years equivalent. And we're going to calculate this as 7 years human age per dog year. So let's take a look at the submit button. So I have my event listener and calling a function called convert dog years, and here's my function. I'm going to get the text that is in dog years underscore txt and place that in a string variable called dog age. Then I've got another variable called human age, which is of a numeric data type, and it's going to equal dog age times 7. And then my output is simply going to be a concatenated string of that's the age that was calculated, and then a literal string of years in human age. Now if I click the blue check mark here to check my syntax, everything appears to be okay. Let me run it. And you'll notice as soon as I run, I get an error here that says implicit coercion of a value of type string to an unrelated type number. So again, let's go back and look at our code, and we can see that the problem is in line 7. So here in line 7, I've got dog age, which is a string, and I'm trying to use that string value in a numerical calculation, and I cannot do that. I need to convert this to a number. Really, the proper way to do this is to cast. And I'm going to cast my variable by placing the data type I want and then the variable itself in parentheses. So I'm going to convert dog age, which is a string, to a number data type, multiply that by 7, and assign it to my variable human age. So the only change I made was to cast this string. So let's test it now. And it processes the calculation, and I get that's 21 years in human age. Same thing if I had made this into an integer, I would want to convert my dog age into an int. And since 7 is an integer, my value is going to be an integer, and that's going to go into my integer variable. Again, let me test that. Now, Flash is a relatively loosely typed language. In most languages, and it's good practice to do this, I should have converted this integer or numeric value also into a string. And we saw in the previous video the way to do that is to simply use the .toString method. Every object in Flash can be converted into a string. Now, it may give the name of the object. In this case, it's going to just convert the data into a string data type. And let me test that. And while it worked fine without the .toString method, that really is a proper way to do this and required in many other languages. Like I said, Flash lets you get away with some things that you wouldn't get away with in other languages. So that's a brief introduction to casting data types.